Hey there friends, it's Kate and welcome back to my channel, Golden State Educate. So if you didn't already know, I'm a first year kindergarten teacher here in Northern California, and if you haven't been following my journey so far, I am currently 100% distance learning. We started the year doing distance learning. It's the best for my school and for my district, so we have not changed to hybrid yet. We're still doing distance learning, and we are jumping into the 12th week of school. So we've been doing this for 3 months already, and I think we're really getting the hang of it. We are becoming distance learning pros. Myself and my kids and the parents that I work with in my class are doing such a great job. We've really gotten used to it, and 3 months in, I feel like we've really ironed out our routine and are just rolling with what's going on. So we started off the year in August, and before school started we had a distribution day so kids could come and pick up all of their supplies for the beginning of the year. However, at that time we didn't have everything that the kids needed, so it turned out we needed another one at the beginning of September. And I talked to the parents about it, and it seemed like we all really liked doing it once a month. I loved seeing the kids. It gave me some time to prepare the materials. The parents loved coming, the kids loved coming. So that's just kind of what's worked out for me and my parents in particular. So at the beginning of every month we do another distribution, so I can give them more crafts or different supplies or just different things that they might need if they run out of glue sticks or if they need a new whiteboard marker. There's a bunch of different things that the kids might end up needing month to month. So it's been really nice, and it's fun for me to get to see them. So right now I am currently preparing for our November distribution, which is going to be coming up this Friday. It is the end of October right now, so we're celebrating the end of October and Halloween with kind of like a trunk-or-treat in the parking lot. The kids can come by, pick up their supplies, and also a little Halloween goodie bag from me. So I needed to make sure that I had all of their November supplies ready to go. It's definitely a huge project, I'm not gonna lie to you, getting everything cut and just assembled and printed and copied. All the stuff takes a really long time, but it is also really helpful for me because I kind of have a general plan of what we're doing. So it's kind of a nice way for me to plan and get excited for the month ahead. So yeah, I'm really excited about November. I'm really excited about everything that we're doing. So I thought it would be good to share it with you all. If you want to see what I've sent home already, I have vlogs of all the distribution days that we've done before and everything that I had given to my kids, so I'll be sure to link that in the cards above and down below in the description box as well. As far as all the supplies and the crafts and the activities and the resources that I'm giving my students, if it's available, I'll be sure to link that down below as well so you can easily access it and use it with your own students. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to my friend Maddie Ward over at Primarily Yours, who did this back in the end of September for October, and it really inspired me to make my own video for everything that I'm giving in November. So thank you so much for your awesome idea, Maddie. With that being said, let's jump into it. I'm going to show you all of the crafts, the resources, and the activities that I'm going to be giving to my distance learning kindergarten students. I'd like to add that even though we are distance learning, all of these activities and all of these crafts could easily be applicable to hybrid and in-person as well. We are just distance learning right now, so that's what I'm calling this, but if you are hybrid or if you are in person, all of these would work for any kindergartner. All right, so I'll show you the crafts and just kind of how I send them home and how this has been working out for us. The first craft that we're going to do, I actually don't know the order of how I'm doing these crafts yet, but I do have all the supplies ready, so that's good. I have this little Indian corn, Native American corn, so I'm probably going to read a book about the Pilgrims or Native American people when we first came to the United States, and we'll learn about Indian corn and make this little corn. This one is super easy. All I need to do is cut out this green paper and then color in this grid and then cut it out and glue them together. This is gonna be a really good one for my kiddos who don't really have the patience for crafts or don't really like crafts or are really still working on their fine motor skills. They'll be really happy when they see this one. This one doesn't have too many parts, and it ends up really cute. So this will be a great one for my students. I just send everything home with a little paper clip, so if you see it, I put them all in a paper clip and then put them in a plastic bag so they're already kind of together. So when the day comes, the kid just has to take out their supplies, and they know exactly what they're going to be doing. So yeah, this is our little Indian corn craft. We couldn't celebrate Thanksgiving without a turkey, so I saw this on Pinterest and seriously, so cute. It's a little turkey puppet. So we're probably gonna read Turkey Trouble or some kind of turkey related book. Lord knows there's so many Thanksgiving books, especially for read alouds. So this one is really cute. And then I think I'm also gonna have them number all of the feathers. So that will be a really good composing and decomposing activity with numbers for them. This one's tied for the most like complicated craft. This one will probably take us a little bit longer, so I'll need to make sure to block out the time for that. But for this, again, it's all stapled together. They will get the paper bag. We'll also get several different feathers for them to cut out. They also have the little beak, the little gobble or whatever this is called, little gobble thing, and then the eyeballs. So it'll come all together like this, and then all these crafts, we do them live together over Zoom, so I can do it step by step. Not only do they see my example to start with, but I make another one step by step along with them. So we do this every Friday, we do a craft, and so far it's been working out really well for us. All right, the next craft, I was gonna do this one in September and then I forgot about it. I was gonna do it in October and then I forgot about it. So I'm super excited to do it now in November. It is just this little acorn. It's so cute. I love him so much. But we're gonna do this little acorn, and it says my favorite thing about fall is, it's honestly really long. This is probably for kids to write a whole paragraph, but my kids aren't there yet. They're in kindergarten. It's the beginning of kindergarten, so we're not quite at paragraphs yet. I'm sure some of my kids could write a couple of sentences, but the good news about that is they can either move this guy down and write a lot, or they can just write a little bit. This will be good for differentiation too. Some kids might just write 2 words, 1 on each line. Some might want to write a sentence. Some might want to write 2 sentences about what they like about fall. And we've been talking about fall a lot, so we've brainstormed a few different ideas. And this guy was just too cute to pass up. They're great for fall, so I'm really excited about this one. In case you missed it, I'm excited about it. And then this one is really easy too. Again, just a paper clip. They have the top of the acorn, the bottom of the acorn, and then the paper for us to write on, and the little eyeballs for them to glue on at the end. So here is the things I love about fall acorn. And then last but not least, I think this is probably like the most work. So we'll probably do it first, especially because it's great for our math unit. We are talking about shapes right now, and we will be at the beginning of November as well. So this is our little scarecrow shape man. So he's made out of a bunch of different shapes, and we can just glue him together. And then it says my scarecrow has, and they can count them up. So how many triangles, how many squares, how many circles, and how many rectangles. So again, this one was definitely the most pieces to prepare. But now that it's all laid out, really, it's just cutting shapes. So it's a lot of cutting, but it's nothing too complicated like the feathers or anything like that. And I think they're gonna be so excited about this guy. We did a scarecrow for a directed drawing the other week, and they were all over it. So for that one, again, it comes with the little paper to go on his body, the arms, the body, the legs, the head, and also his hat and his nose. And then you just draw on the mouth and the eyeballs. Did end up adding the little hay sticking out for like his fingers, but that's optional. So if they want to use the leftover yellow paper after they cut out the circle to use for the hay, that's cool. If they don't want to, that's cool too. But that could be like a little extension for the kids who finish this one pretty quickly. All right, so that's it for the crafts. I usually try to choose like 4 crafts. We do 1 per week, usually on Friday. And then they also have art on Tuesdays. So I don't want to like overdo it for the kids who don't really love arts and crafts, but I do still want to incorporate some kind of that fine motor skills, cutting and gluing, and just working on things as a class is really fun. My kids love it because we're all just off mute, chatting, talking. I play music. We build our crafts together, and it's just really fun for them to show each other what theirs looks like. I have so many pictures. It's not quite the same as if I were to hang them up behind me on our brightest work wall. But for now, it's working, and this is the best we can do. So I love craft time, and I love seeing their little projects come to life. All right, so I also decided to make a little packet for their directed drawings. Shout out to Haley Caitlin for this idea. I gave them a writing journal, and so far every time we do a directed drawing, some of the kids have blank white paper, but a lot of them don't. Wherever they may be, they might not have white paper. And we're starting to use a lot of the writing journal. I'm looking over there because the writing journal is over there. But we keep using the writing journal, and I don't want them to use the writing journal all the time for drawings. We want to use it for writing, obviously. So this is literally just a free cover on Teachers Pay Teachers, and then like 20 pages of blank white paper. So this will for sure get us through November and December. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we're not still doing distance learning in January, but if we are, then I can send them home with more white paper or another packet of these. But I think this is like one of those small, super easy things that's going to save us so much time. And I think they'll really appreciate having a little spot for all their drawings. All right, wrapping it up. So the next thing, we also have this little I am thankful for. They can draw pictures of what they're thankful for, and we'll probably label the pictures. This will be a really good one for like the short week that we have before Thanksgiving. We're only at school Monday and Tuesday, so I don't think we'll be doing too much academic stuff. And this will just be a nice little coloring and drawing activity for them then. The next things are pretty differentiated. I do have some little friends who are having a really hard time with their numbers, as far as like writing them, practicing writing them, and just identifying numbers. So I got this nice little packet for them. It just has a bunch of numbers that they can trace and practice writing them. We do have a couple of these that I've assigned on Seesaw, but I think having the pencil and paper is really going to help them. So yeah, I just have this little tracing numbers activity for the kids that need it. Again, some of my kids are still learning letter identifications and the sounds, so I decided to make a couple packets of letter recognition kind of things. So they find the lowercase a and the uppercase A, and it goes all throughout the alphabet. So lowercase and uppercase, and then they just color in the pictures. So again, not for everyone, but for the kids that need it, I think this will be really helpful. And I also have this little booklet. I love this one. I have a couple of these. I have like I see November, I can November, and then I found a couple for December as well, so I'll give those to them at our next distribution. But I thought this would be really good for my small groups. For my lowest group, my cherries and my pineapples, this will be really nice for them. Not only is it a physical book, but they can trace the words. I see a turkey, color the turkey. Again, I see a pilgrim, just little things like this. This is something that I would probably do as a center, or we would do it all together in class, but we just don't have time as a whole group to do over Zoom. So this will be really good for my kiddos in my lower reading groups. And just a fun activity. This is not something that we do all together, but I have a couple of these color by number packets. So it says like A, green, B, blue. I'm realizing that we don't have a color printer, so the colors are black and white. So I might just have to go over this with a marker really fast, or they can maybe do it themselves. Either way, this will be fun for them to kind of identify the letters, so color by letter, and then some of them are color by number as well. So identifying letters and identifying numbers will be great for my kids if they want to do when they're early finishers, or if they want to do this just in their free time. A lot of them really love school and they want to do other activities when we're off of Zoom, so this will be good for them. And last but not least, if you don't already know, if you haven't seen my vlogs, when we do guided reading, I just show the book on my screen because it was taking way too long for them to log into their account, look at the book that I assigned, all of us go through it at the same time. Like, we only have 15 minutes per group, and that was just not time effective or efficient whatsoever. Showing them on my screen and walking through it with them is kind of the only thing that's been working for us. But we have done so many books so far. Each of my reading groups, I have 4 reading groups. I have my cherries, my pineapples, my kiwis, and my grapes, and all of them have read a book a week. So we've been going through the different books, reading them, and then I've been having them do a familiar read. So I take pictures of the book and they read it to me on Seesaw. But it just takes so long, it's so many steps, and I thought it would be so much better if I just printed out little books for them. So like this is for my lowest group, they're reading at a level A right now. And it's the I Can book, so just I can swing, I can climb, all the different pages. It's been really nice because I use Raz Kids, so if you don't have Raz Kids, you should check that out. I use Raz Kids, I show the book on the screen, and we go through the guided reading, but they also have printouts of the books. So I printed out like 4 or 5 of the books that we've gone through for each group, and then I'm going to just package those together with their supplies. And then they'll have little versions of the books. It's a bummer because we don't have a color printer at my school. We don't have access to that, but still, a book is a book, color or not, and they are familiar reads for a lot of the kids. So I'm looking forward to giving them these little books so they can practice on their own. You guys, and that's it. That is all the supplies that I'll be packing up for my 4th kindergarten distribution here at the end of the week for everything that they're going to need in November. Honestly, I always think of things like the night before. I always throw in a couple of extra goodies, like some extra crayons or some extra pencils or erasers or glue sticks, like I was saying, depending on what the kids have told me that they need. So a lot of other little things get thrown in there at the end, but for the most part, this is the majority of the supplies, the activities, the resources, and the crafts that I'll be giving them. So I hope this helped you out, whether you are distance learning or hybrid or in person. I hope you were able to get a little something from this. Like I said, all the activities that I found, I just found from scouring the internet for several hours. So I will be sure to leave the links down below for your easy access. If you end up doing any of these crafts, make sure to leave me a comment down below. I'd love to know how it worked out for your class. If you haven't already, please make sure to hit the red button down below, subscribe to my channel, and like this video if you liked it. Like I said, coming up, I have a whole video of our Friday, what we're going to be doing this Friday to celebrate Halloween, and doing our trunk or treat. So if you want to see more about that, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. I like to post 1 to 2 videos a week, mostly teaching content, but sometimes some lifestyle as well. If you look through my videos, majority is distance learning kindergarten weekly vlogs or daily vlogs. But if you have any other suggestions or a video that you'd like to see from me, please make sure to let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye everyone.